Today we're going to talk about robots. Humanoid robots in particular. Humanoid robots are robots in the human form, 2 legs, 2 arms, torso, and a head. Often in Hollywood movies, robots are portrayed in humanoid form often, including the scary Terminator. But do we really need robots in the humanoid form? Making a humanoid robot is very, very challenging. For example, making it walk with 2 legs is very, very difficult to do, even though we do it all the time, so we take it for granted. So the famous architect Louis Sullivan once said, "Form follows function," which means that the shape of the object is dictated by what it's used for. A good example is this robot. You've probably seen one in a hospital. It's used for delivering medication to the patients. But does it look like a nurse? No, it does not. Or this robot, which is very popular, it's a vacuum cleaning robot. You might have one at home. But does it look like a janitor? No, it does not. It looks like a big hockey puck because most likely it needs to go under your bed and the sofa for cleaning up the mess and also for avoiding obstacles. So instead of asking the question why we might need humanoid robots, a better question to ask is what kind of task requires the humanoid form? Well, I can think of several reasons why. One reason might be to understand us humans better. For example, walking with 2 legs, we still do not understand how we walk with 2 legs. And in the effort of trying to make a bipedal humanoid robot, we get to understand about that more and apply that knowledge in developing better prosthetic legs. Or the more practical matter, well, this is more of my vision, my dream. I would like to have a robot butler. I want the robot to be in my home, do the dishes, take out the trash, and do the laundry and everything, just like Rosie the robot in Jetsons. So if a robot needs to live in this environment in our home, designed by humans for humans, I claim that the robot needs to be in humanoid form. For example, your stairs, the step size is this high. There's a reason why it's like that. Your door handle is this high because it's designed for humans. So for the robot to navigate in this environment, it needs to be in human form. Or we also want the robot to use the tools developed for humans. For example, robot, fetch a beer from the fridge. You don't want to have a special refrigerator or a special handle just for the robot. So that's why we need humanoid robots, and that's my vision. Now let's take a look at some of the humanoid robots that we designed at our lab in Romella, the Robotics and Mechanisms Laboratory at Virginia Tech. So this robot is called Darwin, Dynamic Anthropomorphic Robot with Intelligence. So we started this project in 2004. Now these days you can buy these type of toy humanoid robots in a store, but this was revolutionary at the time. So this was more of a feasibility study. Is it even possible? What kind of actuators can we use? What kind of control strategies should we use? So this robot does not have any sensors. There's no feedback. And probably as you know, if you don't have any feedback in a robot and there's external disturbances, this is what happens. So based on the success in the following year, 2005, we worked on Darwin 1. Now Darwin 1 can stand up on its own and walk with 2 legs. Again, this was one of the very first that could do it at the time. But notice that it still has this umbilical cord. So we're still using external power and external computing. The following year, 2006, now it's finally it's time to have fun. We give it all the intelligence it needs, all its sensor it needs, 2 5R cameras, an IMU, an inertial measurement unit, force torque sensor on the foot, lithium polymer batteries, 1.5 GHz Pentium M chip. Give everything it needs, and now Darwin is smart. It is autonomous. If you move an object in front of its head, with its pen and tilt head, it can track the object. And this video is actually the view from the robot. It's shaking because it walks like Frankenstein, and it tries to identify a red ball and put a blue dot over it. Because we want to make it play a game of soccer. So in this video, this is fully autonomous. Nobody is controlling anything. There's no tethers. The robot looks around, tries to find the ball, tries to locate the goal, try to figure out where he is, and tries to figure out the best strategy to kick the ball into the goal. Oh. By the way, this is 3 a.m. on Saturday morning. So the reason why we did this is because there is an actual international autonomous robot soccer competition called RoboCup. Now, the official goal, I'm not kidding, of RoboCup is by the year 2050, we want to have full-size humanoid robot soccer team play soccer against the human World Cup champions and win. Yes, it is a very ambitious goal, but we believe we can do it, and towards that we're pushing the technology. So we've been participating in this competition since 2007. I think this was 3 years ago in China with Darwin 3. This was 3 years ago in, I think it was Austria. It gives you an idea of the pace of the game. So if you look carefully, they have a personality. Look at their head tracking the ball, standing up. It feels like they're almost alive. Again, nobody's controlling it. Everything is done by artificial intelligence. So when he first entered the competition in 2007, I saw this. This is the Louis Vuitton Cup. Everybody knows Louis Vuitton. It's a Baccarat crystal trophy that you get if you win RoboCup. And I saw this, and I fell in love with it. At the time, that was the most ever beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life, except for my wife. But in this picture, I am promising to my students that we will bring this trophy to the United States. We'll get back to this in a minute. We use Darwin for many other things as well, outreach activities and different things. This is when the Roanoke Symphony Orchestra came to Virginia Tech's campus, and guess who the conductor was? By the way, we cheated. The robot is not conducting the orchestra. The orchestra is actually controlling the robot because it's simply listening to the beat and just doing a slight dance. But nonetheless, it's fun. This is the latest version, Darwin 4. Darwin 4 is much smarter, faster, stronger. And I think in this video, he's just sort of showing off that I'm macho. I'm strong. I can do martial art moves like Jackie Chan and pretty dynamic motions. It's a show off, and he walks away. So since we introduced Darwin 4, something interesting thing happened. We suddenly start to get a bunch of phone calls, emails, and letters from researchers from all around the world that they want to purchase Darwin for research, education, and outreach. But this Darwin is not only very, very expensive, but we're in the university, so it's difficult to sell these kind of robots. So we wrote a research proposal to the National Science Foundation, and we proposed another robot called Darwin OP. OP stands for Open Platform, and the idea is make a very, very low-cost version which you can build yourself in your lab with basic machine tools. Now, the coolest thing about Darwin OP is it's a fully open source project. It's free. Both the software is open source, but also the hardware is open source, which means that all the CAD files, drawings, manuals for fabrication of the parts, assembly, all the software, everything is online for free for you to download and build. So with basic machine tools, you can build a Darwin for yourself. So that's what we're doing. But it's not just free. We've tried to form a user community. So we want other researchers to contribute to the project as well. Make improvements in software, upload it and share. Make improvements in the hardware, upload it and share. And that's the whole idea. Now, since this is a new platform, of course, you need beta testers. And one of the beta testers was a 20-month-old, very, very cute boy called Ethan Hong. In case you haven't noticed, he's my son. And let's take a look at a quick video. So this is the first time we brought Darwin to our home. That's Ethan.
Oops. Bye-bye.
So he thinks he's alive. So I upload the autonomous soccer playing code onto the robot. So the robot chases an orange ball.
Yeah!
And of course, he loves it.
Ball.
Now, something interesting happens. Look carefully. And suddenly it disappears. I didn't know. I was just constantly filming the robot, and suddenly he comes with his favorite toy, a big blue ball.
It's the orange ball. Small ball. Orange ball. No. Small. No. Orange ball. Orange ball.
He's confused, a little bit disappointed.
No.
We got a long way to go to develop really intelligent robot, I guess.
Bring back orange ball. Yes, thank you.
By the way, the first
Give it
three
to
words that he
robot.
starts to speak is
Hi, robot.
mama, dada, and robot. Okay, now look carefully, not the robot, but look carefully of Ethan's face, okay? Something very interesting is gonna happen. Okay, wait for it, wait for it. Now look at his face, and it says, uh-oh. So that was actually the last bug we had in the power board, and Ethan found that bug. So the next day we fixed it, and Darwin was ready to go. Thank you. So as I mentioned, this is a general research platform, and we want other universities and research labs to contribute to the project. This is a group who developed a very interesting gripper for the robot, for Darwin OP, that does not use an additional actuator. You use some clever mechanical design to use the other actuators to control the hand. This is some work that we did together with University of Pennsylvania. This is very, very impressive work. So if you have external disturbances, it knows how to balance that. So if you poke it, either use your ankle, use your hip, or use your arm, just like when you're in subway, when it accelerates, decelerates. It knows how to do that and learns that by machine learning, artificial intelligence. Or this is a very, very challenging task, making robots work together, cooperating, in this case, trying to lift a single stretcher together. This is very, very challenging, and universities all around the world are using Darwin OPs for these type of high-end research tasks. Oh, by the way, all of our robot videos end in the same way. It always ends like this. Well, it shows how difficult really it is. In this video, you can actually see the inside of Darwin's head. This is what he sees, how he interprets things, how he plans, so you can see what he's thinking, the artificial intelligence inside the brain of Darwin. We also have a really nice software simulation environment. Everything's for free. We're working with a company called Robotics. So before you test your code on the actual robot, you can test it in the software environment first and then upload it to the hardware. Now, I told you about RoboCup the goal is by 2050 have full-size robots play soccer against the human champions. So we start working on full-size humanoid robots. This is called Charlie, Cognitive Humanoid Autonomous Robot with Learning Intelligence. It's a full-size humanoid robot that we developed at Virginia Tech. Design, fabrication, software, everything was done here. It's a beautiful robot, and it's smart too. So this is a video that this is the first walking test. So it walks about 0.4 meters per second, which is very respectable, and it's a fully omnidirectional gait. You can move left, right, tilt, orbit, and do different type of motions of walking. Charlie is very lightweight, and that's a good thing, because safety is a big issue. So whenever you do experiments, bad things happen. But because it's lightweight, we can actually do these kind of things. Again, all of our videos end like the same way. So balancing a robot walking with 2 feet is a very difficult thing, especially if there's external disturbances. So if somebody pushes it, of course, it falls down. So we turn on this special balancing algorithm, and we use a sensor called an IMU, inertial measurement unit. It's like your balance sensor in your ear. Then using that, even though you push it, it knows how to balance itself. And this is very, very impressive. And personally, I think Charlie is one of the most stable bipedal walking robot in its class. We abuse our robots. Oh, by the way, that's a baby shoe on the end of a stick. So Charlie is considered the United States' very first fully autonomous humanoid robot. It's been on cover of magazines. It's a celebrity. Let's go back to RoboCup. So this picture actually captures the excitement of RoboCup. That's me doing the fist pump. That's one of my students in airtime. It's a very, very exciting competition. Let me show you some movie clips. So we participated in the adult size league with the Charlie and also the kid size league with Darwin. This is a video from the adult size league. Look at his head. He's looking around, trying to figure out where he is in the field. Where is the goal? Where's the ball? Now, the adult size league is a little bit boring. It's simply 1 against 1. There's a striker and a goalie. It needs to find the ball, toss the ball to the other half, and then dribble the ball, and then kick the ball. So he's looking around, trying to position itself.
Yeah, come on, Charlie, you got this. Let's go, Hokies!
Goal! Now, the really interesting thing is not the fact that it actually scored the goal. I mean, let's face it, it walks like this, and it kicks the ball like that. But if you hear the cheering, we are so excited because we do know how difficult this is to achieve. Let's quickly look at the kid-size division with Darwin. Oh, this is an embarrassing clip, but let's see. So this is against Japan, and let's see another clip. This is the final match against a team from Japan. So if you listen carefully, we have a lot of fans. You can hear people cheering, Darwin, Darwin in the background. Thanks. So how did he do? You remember that photo I showed you, the Louis Vuitton cup that was promising our students that we're going to bring this to the United States? And finally, last year in 2011, we brought it to the United States, and we're the world champions. Thank you. Now, if you look at the trophy, you see those the beige color leather badges. Those are badges. So when you win this trophy, you don't keep it forever. You only take it for 1 year, and you need to return to the RoboCup Federation. And the winning team gets these leather badges with the year, the team name, the country name. The first 6 badges is Japan. Japan's been the champion for 6 years straight. And then Germany won it, and they took it to Germany for 2 years. And we For the first time, we brought it to the United States. And I would like to believe this shows the humanoid robot superpower shifting from Japan to Europe to the United States. So. We also won in the kid-sized division of Darwin, and this year again we won champions in Mexico City. Thank you. Also was honored the Invention of the Year award from Time Magazine. We always started testing on the real soccer field. Now, of course, robot soccer is fun and exciting. Everybody loves it. But people ask us, why are you spending so much time and money and effort into soccer playing robots? Aren't there more important things that robots should do? True. However, if you think about it, if a robot can't even play a game of soccer, how would you use robots for real-life applications? To develop a robot that can play soccer is very challenging. You need to solve all the grand challenges in robotics: autonomous behavior, control, dynamics, perception, sensors, design, kinematics, everything. And only when you solve all these problems, you can truly develop a useful robot. And now, all the technology we developed for soccer-playing robots are now used for truly saving people's lives. This is a project called Sapphire, Shipboard Autonomous Firefighting Robot, and we're building a humanoid robot to fight fires on Navy ships. Now, we don't have time to go into technical details, but this is a radical departure from the traditional, if I may say, humanoid design. We use linear actuators compliance. We use titanium springs to mimic the biological muscle. Now, some of you probably remember the DARPA Grand Challenge series. DARPA is the research wing of the United States Department of Defense. So they recently announced a new challenge called the DARPA Robotics Challenge. It's going to be in December 2013. This is inspired by the Fukushima Daiichi plant, a nuclear disaster in Japan. Unfortunately, in Japan, nobody was able to send robots for rescuing people or for disaster relief. So this is the most expensive, most elaborate, most challenging, and most like the most important robotics competition in the history of robotics. So get this. The teams need to build robots, and the robot needs to get into a car. The robot needs to drive a car to a disaster site. It needs to get out of the car, walk in the debris field, clear the debris, open the door of a nuclear power plant. There's going to be a bunch of pipes. It needs to find a leaking pipe, close a valve, change a pump, climb a ladder, walk on a catwalk, and at the end, there's going to be a concrete wall with a power tool. You need to punch a hole out of the concrete wall and go through. I am not kidding. This is an actual competition, and that's the rules. And it's going to be happening in December 2013. And of course, we're participating. This is the very first time we're showing to the public. Our team is Team Thor, Tactical Hazardous Operations Robot, and we're working on this project right now. So what do you think? Do you think robots will be our friends in the future? Do you think we'll have Rosie the robot butler in your home, doing the dishes and cleaning the room and doing the laundry for us? Do you think we'll be able to have a soccer match against the human World Cup champions by 2050? Do you think our human robots can really save people's lives? Well, to make that happen, we're working very, very hard. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. From Virginia, we have a special guest to say hi to you. Charlie, you want to come on stage? Charlie?
Wow. We have a large crowd here today. Hello everyone, my name is Charlie, the first autonomous full-sized humanoid robot from the United States. It is great to be here at the 2012 Chicago Ideas Week. Nice meeting you all.
Thank you, Charlie. Let's give an applause to Charlie. Oh, we have another guest here today. Do you have Darwin here? Did you have also a ball? Thank you. This is Darwin, the cute little guy. Let me turn him on. Okay, this is a ball. Okay. Kick the ball. You can do it. I think he's a little bit tired, but there you go. Over here. No. Whoops. Oops, sorry, Charlie. Thank you very much. Coleman, Steve, you want to come out? So this is Coleman, one of my students, and Steve. Thank you very much.